Willkommen in Dänemark. Nachdem wir in Teil 1 das familien- und seniorenfreundliche Ökodorf Düssekille in der Nähe der Hauptstadt besucht haben, geht es weiter nach Westen. Auf Recherche für unser Buch In Zukunft selbstversorgt lernen wir hier ein Projekt kennen, in dem auch Menschen mit besonderen Bedürfnissen ein ökologisches Leben führen können.
Beautiful airport.
Was zeichnet eine inklusive Gemeinschaft aus? Und welchen Grad an Selbstversorgung kann sie durch Tierhaltung und Biolandbau erreichen? Diesen und weiteren spannenden Fragen wollen wir jetzt nachgehen. Ich wünsche Ihnen viel Freude mit diesem Beitrag.
One, two, three. Please introduce yourself, tell us where we are and what this project is about, in your words and as short as possible.
My name is Ole Ukeby. I'm a trained architect, and we are here in Hertha community. And it's summer, and the garden is very nice around us. And the essential thing about Hertha is that Hertha is a place where a group of disabled people, adults, are meant to have their life and their work as close as possible to ordinary life in modern society. And in order to achieve this inclusion in ordinary life, the idea from beginning was that to invite a group of not disabled or ordinary people to become neighbors to this group of disabled people. So today, after 25 years, in Hertha we live 150 people, 30 are disabled adults, about 30 are children, and the rest are ordinary adult people. And life here in Hertha is organized in a way where the work with the disabled people are organized like in a way a traditional institution where a group of co-workers are engaged. There are today about 45 co-workers altogether, and of these 45, about 15 co-workers live in Hertha. The rest of the co-workers just come along when they are going on work and leave again after a day's work. And the rest of the people living here, the neighbors who are not engaged in the work with the disabled people, have their own life in a way. They are seen as a friendly tribe, so to say. And because of the life here in Hertha and because of the life of the disabled people, there are very many common activities. I should say that when the disabled people they go to work, the workplaces here in Hertha is very much basic food production. We have a garden where we produce vegetables. We have a farm where we have 10 milking cows, and we have a small dairy. We have a bakery, and we have kitchen where food are produced. So we eat our own products. And as neighbors, we can take part in these products. We buy by paying a certain amount every month, and then we go and collect in the garden what we need. This is a very positive agreement with for us who lives here. And we have not a shop, but a kind of a storage where other products from the workshops, milk and meat and bread, can be bought. And also we have organized that we buy basic products from outside, where we can buy this as an organization. But we don't have products that we can buy in our local shop here. We want to take care also of the ordinary local shop here. So life here in Hertha is a combination of the life in the institution, and that's based on celebrating the year and the festivals of the year very much. And in these festivals, the neighbors are invited to take part. Also, every now and then we have plays where neighbors are invited to be part of the choir or be part of the scenery or whatever jobs there are. Something that has lived there for 25 years. And this space in this room here has been a very important place for the first 25 years of Hertha's life, because this is where social and cultural life takes place. But now we are waiting to finance it and to renovate it all, and we hope and we need a bigger hall than this, but this is a very important place. And then I should say also that, in a way, the story of Hertha is, there are two stories. There is the first 25 years that I dare to say that was a success, because the vision that was made 30 years ago has come true. So now Hertha has realized this vision. And then came COVID and lockdown also here in Hertha. And these 2-3 years have meant that everything has slowed down, and in a way we have to reinvent our community. That's my idea, at least. And we also are talking about seriously that we should make a vision for the next 25 years. And so we are in a place between the old Hertha, the old 25 years old Hertha, and a new Hertha who is not yet born. That's the short version of how it is. Then,
can you say in a few words where the name Hertha comes from?
Yeah, the name Hertha derives from an old goddess, an old Germanic goddess who brought wealth to communities, and I think this is back to 500, about 2,000 years ago, I think. And this name was common here in Scandinavia, in northern part of Germany, Hertha. That was a goddess. Yeah.
Which role does, or how much of your food do you think you produce on your own?
I think we produce only 20 to 30% of what of the food we actually consume here, and I could say that it was never we never intended to become self-sufficient, because We have this idea that the world economy today is global, and we want to be part of this world economy, a small actor, so to say. And because of this, no person and no community is an island, I think. So we accept that we live here on one planet, all human beings at this time, and we should share this one planet. And it's very important that we live in a way that where we do not prevent other people in having their lives. So our way of living is in relation to the possibilities we give other people. And we are lucky to live in a place where we can grow very many products, but not everybody is so happy. So we accept that we must share the products of the world, and we must, in a way, through economy, we should try to help each other. We should work in our economy where we try to think of each other in a kind of solidarity, you could say. And then we have also found out here in Hertha that when everybody is happy, it's not only because that we have the basic economy is okay, it's very much also because of a rich cultural life and because of a rich social life. So we have realized that we must develop a way of living together socially and culturally, where each individual can blossom. And also when we talking about the work with disabled people, it's very important that we are able to provide a place where everybody know the rhythm of the day and the rhythm of the week and the rhythm of the year. This makes us kind of confidence. One feel confidential with what's going on and what's going to happen. And confidence in each other is very important. Yeah.
How long does Hertha exist?
So until now, 25 years. We were celebrating it 1 year ago, our anniversary. And it's a good question if you ask how long will it exist, because nobody knows, of course, that. And I think it's a very, Hertha will exist as long as we understand to answer to need from society. Being a place where we take care of a group of disabled people, that's because in society there is a need for people and places to take care of the disabled people. And as long Hertha is able to do this, but not we haven't found the end solution, how to do this. It's important that Hertha develop its organization and its competences every time, all the time. So we must be able to renew the way we think and the way we live together. That's important.
Har du hele posten med nu? Det er så fint.
Hele vejen op fra min hånd også. Lukket citronbærbener. Lukket timian. Ja, det er også en pause. Det er også en pause. Nu skal du også være. Det er også en pause. Det er rigtigt. Okay, ja. Du må så lige til. Kan I huske, at vi har puttet i?
How many people live in Hertha?
150 people live in Hertha today. 30 are the disabled adults. 30 are kids and about 90 adults.
Normal adults.
Yes.
What kind of work is done for the people with special needs? What kind of workshops do you have?
We have these workshops where we produce basic for basic needs, for food, and we have the garden where we have vegetables. We have the farm with 10 milking cows, and the dairy we produce milk mainly, and we have bakery where we produce different types of bread and cookies, and we have kitchens where food for the disabled people are produced. The people living as neighbors have to make their own food, but we can go and buy what are produced in the workshops by the disabled people, and in this way we have this win-win situation where the disabled people make healthy products through their work, and as neighbors we have access to these good products. So this is really both groups have a win situation. And of course most of the people who live here, not the disabled but normally ordinary people, they go out in the bigger society and work, have their daily work there and return again.
Okay, but there is no other workshop. Like for example, in this house, I see tools for other things.
Yeah, we do have a small weavery as a workshop. We have an artistic workshop. We have the drama workshop every week. There's in the afternoon, and we in the morning we have these mainly production workshops, and in the afternoon we have these other types, especially drama, and some people also learn language, and some are doing poetry and so on, artistic workshops in the afternoon.
But there is no electricity produced here.
No electricity, no. In this way, Hertha is depending on the big system, and of course we know about this off-grid ideas, and this was never intended, but from beginning, alternative energy, different types of alternative energy was added to the buildings. So we have solar panels, and we have from the ground we have energy and heat. We have no windmills, but I think every new building there will be thought of alternative energy in the architecture as well. But there is not this idea of being an off-grid community. I understand the idea, and I think it's good if it's possible to avoid being dependent on two big systems. So whenever it's possible, I think it's a good idea to make decentralized energy plants or whatever. So we do not have these big risks if the big thing fall apart.
Okay, great. Anything else you want to say?
I think it's important, the idea we have here in Hertha, the attempt we have to make an account of the whole economy, of the whole community, an account where we are measuring on 4 bottom lines. Not only the capital, the traditional money economy, but we also try to making an account of how our relation to the environment is. And we try to count on the social capital, and we try to also realize that there's something called the cultural capital. And cultural capital, when we talk about it, that is where the individual are trained and developed, and where the individual have a possibility to blossom and grow. And it's very important if we can provide a place where each individual can see him or herself as the place where we can develop and fulfill our destiny, so to say. But I think it's also very important that we never become closed. We should always be in a dialogue with the surrounding society and in a dialogue with other communities. This is very, very important, to my opinion. So never be a closed unit. That's
Okay.
There's one story I would like to share. That is, for about 10 years, Hertha were running a workshop at the local school. We were asked if we would come and run a kitchen at this kindergarten and provide a daily meal for the kids in this kindergarten. And after a while, we were actually producing 100 meals every day for 100 kids. And at the same time, in the political surroundings, there were questions if we can afford to have these sheltered workshops, and it's very expensive to take care of the disabled people in our community. This was a political discussion, and we took contact to some students from Copenhagen Business School, and they came and spent 8 weeks, and where they tried with some of their methods. Social return on investment was the name of this method. They wanted to measure what is the cost for society to run a sheltered workshop like the one Hertha had at the local school. And the result was that for 1 Danish crown that the society had invested, the payback was 2.35 Danish crowns. So it was not an expense, but it was actually an investment. So what we learned, or what we like to learn from this story, is that it is possible to organize the work and the caring for the disabled people and other weak groups in society in a way where these people can take part in value creation in community. It doesn't have to be very expensive. We can do it in a smart way, and they can be part of the value creation in community.